Yep. One more coffee shot.
Get it while you can, man.
That's the problem. It's making me want to run to the...
Get a refill?
Not a refill, to the...
All right. Anyways, welcome to the Bob and Mike cast, and I am Mike Kaczmarczyk with fellow realtor Bob Greenlaw here on a early Monday morning.
Welcome, everyone who's listening.
We are actually doing our first podcast from our permanent studio.
Permanent digs now. We're finally here. It's
our new office downtown Northville.
Downtown Northville,
come check us
410
out.
North Center Street.
Yes, yep. That's it. For those of you that don't know, we actually are licensed realtors.
Yeah, we actually sell real estate.
Yeah, so if you need any real estate, any transactions you need to sell or buy, check us out.
Yep, drop us a dime.
Or if you're looking to start a career in real estate and live a glamorous life like we do.
Right. That's right. Listen, if you're thinking about becoming a realtor, absolutely hit us up. We're a great referral source for that stuff.
For sure. Just visit gkrealestateteam.com and check us out. Reach out, contact us, and we'll set you up. But we can have you through classes and license probably by summer, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you got started soon as you could, it's the first set of classes. I don't know when they are, but they take 40 hours. So once you're through that, you can go sit for the state. So if you're thinking about making a change, this is a great time to make the change, right? New things are coming. The market's different, and new agents basically adapt quickly, right? Because they adapt to the market that they're in. So
we're here for you. But anyways, we're coming off of Super Bowl Sunday.
It's a long weekend, man.
It is a long weekend, and I hate to say it because I feel like I always say it, but I'm tired. I'm tired again. It was a long night, you know?
I'm not surprised that you're tired.
Monday mornings are rough. They're always rough.
They're rough. I know. And then, with the new digs, right? Being here, coming here, setting up, getting ready, and then doing this today, putting this down on track, and coming off of a long weekend, a lot of eating yesterday. By the way, I'm not sure what you had going on, but
it was a great Sunday. What did you have? What was on the menu?
So yesterday was a crazy day. So we started with a birthday for the wife in the morning.
Oh, great.
So we got into making waffles.
Waffles, okay.
And I mean, we went waffle-licious over there. I mean, we had it all, man. Syrups and composts and all that stuff, man. We went, all in. But it was her birthday, so it was fun. And Julia came home for the weekend, which was also great. And my mom made us a gnocchi dinner, or made her a gnocchi dinner for her birthday. And so we were sitting around there, and so by 4:30, we start the big Italian. Let's sit down and eat. So we're eating all this food, and then the Super Bowl starts. We're getting going, and by end of the first quarter, we have the air fryer going and things are coming out, snacks and it was just a feast fest yesterday. I mean, we ate it all from A to Z. Didn't matter what it was, we had it.
You had it all.
We had it all.
The full, well, waffles, getting back to waffles, I like that because
you're a waffle guy.
I'm a waffle. I'm breakfast, I know. Love the
so
breakfast.
am I. Me too.
But the waffle is like it's a blank slate, right? You can do whatever you want with it.
That's right.
You can put anything on
Anything.
You can put, from fruit to chicken, right? I mean, anything goes.
Pineapples.
Yeah.
Anything.
And so it sounds like you had like a waffle bar, like all set up.
No, so I kind of like, I did like a Chef Bobby type thing, man. I got the whole thing out and whipped cream and drizzles.
Or did you make, everything is ready. What do you want? What's your order? And and you made it as.
So I had it in my head what I wanted it to look like.
Okay.
But as soon as my family comes into the kitchen, one doesn't like this, one doesn't want that. This, you know how that goes.
So totally customizable.
So now we're customizing. One had syrup on it, the other one didn't. Some had it was but the one, I think I sent you a picture. The one I sent you a picture of was just how it was supposed to look in my head.
Okay.
And that was mine.
Got it.
So I'm the only one that ate it the way it was supposed to come out.
And it looked great.
It looked good.
The presentation was amazing. You had the.
I went all out. I told you, Chef Bob. When we got in there, we were drizzling. I mean, it was fun. We have powdered sugar.
You had the zigzag in there.
Oh, we were fruit. Measuring it. 44 millimeters apart.
Beautiful.
We got into it, but the gnocchi were good too.
Oh,
I mean,
great.
so yeah. I mean, once you eat that, your gut's like boom. Because that's all potato. So
and I don't know how you make it through the football game when you eat that.
Well. Like I said, we decided
there somewhere.
No napping.
Okay.
We actually, it was crazy. It was like I said, it was a long weekend. It just felt like we were going. We had a party on Saturday night. So and it was like a costume.
Oh,
it was fun.
Yeah,
it was actually a fun idea. I mean, if you're looking for an idea for a party, it was kind of like,
what was the theme?
That's a theme. That's what it was. The theme
what was the theme?
Yeah. Sorry.
That's a theme party. That's what they call
them.
Yeah,
so no, there's a funny story to this. So I'm glad you asked because it's actually kind of funny and it's great to put it down.
You're going to make me wait for the theme? You're not
No, I'm going to break it out. Theme was dress your favorite decade.
Okay, so decades. All
decades.
Right.
So
gotcha.
That's how it started. So this particular person invites my wife. It's a birthday party. She says, come as your favorite decade. My wife interpreted it as dress as the decade you were born in.
Okay.
Which is also cool.
Yeah.
So either one works, right?
Yeah.
So I'm a 70s kid, so.
It could be your favorite decade.
It probably would have been.
Okay.
Right? So I went 70s.
70s, okay. Nice. Okay. We'll have to get some pictures on there. But
Probably not. Probably not.
Unreleased photos.
But it was really cool. I had a disco fro. I had the hair, disco shirt and collar kind of stuff.
Yeah, like Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah, but I didn't have like the pants and that. But one of the guys that
my
was
hair.
Yeah. Then he hit it. And then he hit my hair. I spent all this time on my hair, and then he hits it.
What was his name?
Travolta.
Yeah, Travolta. What was his name in Saturday Night Fever? I'm thinking Vinny Barbarino, but that's Welcome Back, Kotter. So I'm getting my Travolta characters mixed up.
Is it Denny? I don't remember. Actually, that's a good.
You gonna look that up?
I'll look it up.
Yeah. So my day.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Tell me about your day.
It was the weather was amazing. It was 50 some degrees here in Michigan and. In February, so it was great.
Yeah,
so,
it was beautiful out.
So we took, I got the hot tub in the backyard, and we have the TV out there, so we can watch the TV from the hot tub.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, look at you.
So I was, we took the
Tony.
cover.
Tony,
there you go. Tony.
I can't. How could we forget? How could we possibly forget that name? Anyway, sorry, hot tub.
Yeah, so I took
she's doing a little hot tub time machine.
Cover off the patio furniture. So we're sitting out there enjoying the weather.
Yeah,
and I'm watching the pregame. I'm sitting back there like Scarface.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
And I'm watching. It was beautiful because the sun was out.
What a nice setup, man.
It was perfect. Yeah. So
now, did you have people over or just the family?
No, just the family. We're just out there, and we had there were no soccer games, no concerts or anything like that. So we were totally free, and
makes for a fun day, right?
Yeah. So we just kind of hung out there, and we picked up carryout from Buffalo Wild Wings. We got some wings, some apps, and all that stuff. And
people were killing the wings yesterday. I mean, everyone had like some kind of special on wings, and I get it was Super Bowl. But like some places were discounting like 50-cent wings. I don't know if that's a good price or not, but there was a lot of wings going on.
What's the going price for wings?
I have no idea, so I'm not even going to count because I have no idea.
50 cents seems like you can't get anything for 50 cents.
What do you mean?
What are you going to get?
Yeah, what are you going to get? If you got a dozen wings, right, for $6,
that's not bad.
Sounds like to me like maybe that's okay. Like that's a norm. I don't know. Is that high? You eat wings? I don't know.
I don't know.
What's a wing go? Buck and a quarter.
I paid more than that. I'll tell you that.
That's kind of a crazy thing though to think you're going to pay $1 for one chicken wing. Like that's almost weird.
You're paying for the group, right? You can't.
Yeah, don't wings come in two? I mean, you can't. No, that's kind of.
Well, you get the wings like 6, right? 6 or a dozen.
Yeah, and you notice everyone says wing. They use wing.
Wing.
Yeah, they don't put the S on it.
I use wings.
I think wings sound right because you have to have two in order for it to be a wing.
Because it's a group of wings, right?
Well, yeah. Well, hey, I'm just saying, getting technical here. Mm-hmm. Is it a wing price, 50 cents, or is it for the pair?
Per wing? Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how it comes. So they come in dozens all the time because you figure dozens are a pair of 6, right?
Right. A pair of 6.
6 pairs.
Yeah. 6 pairs is a dozen.
Wings is a dozen.
Mm-hmm. Unless you're talking a baker's dozen, then you have that odd.
Well, that's because bakers do things. They put 13 in there.
Yeah.
Lucky 13, right?
Get the extra one, right?
But no one gives me that. When I go to the donut place I love, when I get a dozen, I get 12.
You need to go to an old school baker.
They are old school. This place is legit. I'm going to get us punchki there on Fat Tuesday.
Okay. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? You need to go. They probably cut it out like everything else.
One extra donut.
Yeah.
They've saved money by not putting the extra. Dozen's a dozen. Everyone knows a dozen is 12. Yes. Forget this baker's dozen stuff. It's like the metrics unit, right? Mm-hmm. You get so confused every time you work on something. I got to go millimeter. I got to go, and then you're running through the drawers. Mm-hmm. And the smidgen difference between the two is...
It makes no difference. Yeah. Universal,
just go with a universal.
The world, you should have the same, same measuring system. But, And
you would have thought they would have dropped that whole business, decades ago.
I don't think anyone's listening to us about that.
No.
I don't think that's
it's never going to change. It is what it is. But I'm just saying. It's just funny that, coming from Super Bowl to this, making this whole conversation full circle. It's just out of control. Everything is out of control. But anyway, you were wing specials. You got a special. You got food.
Oh, yeah. So that was it. Then we just relaxed and watched the game, and we had, it was a good time.
It was a great game, by the way, too. I have to say, great. It was a fun game to watch.
Yeah. I mean, up until the end, the refs wanted to step in and.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
There was a questionable call at the end of the game, and they didn't have to throw a flag. I personally like the players that played out near the end. And I know you may call that pass interference earlier in the game, and I get it. But at the end of the game, I feel like just back off. Back off a little bit. Let a little bit more fly. That's just my personal opinion. But,
all right.
Anyways, other than that, it was a great game. And
now that you got into it, I mean, I agree with you, but, it was a marginal call, I think. But in the end, did it make the difference in the game? Probably.
It was a great game.
But every decision is different, right? So, you could have called another call earlier in the game, and it could have resulted in the different. I mean, it is what it is. That's what the chances, and that's why
what it did
the odds are the way they are.
It allowed Kansas City to run out the clock and kick the field goal without giving Philly a chance to, I wanted to see can Philly come back and.
Although you got to remember,
the game,
yeah, but KC could have ran in a touchdown too, and they didn't because they were doing time management. But they could have ran the touchdown in, scored.
That was after the penalty.
After the penalty, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
that felt to me like they kind of pulled because they were kind of already in field goal range before the penalty. I mean, they were already kind of there.
They were in field goal range. They would have kicked the field goal, but Philly would have had more time. What
happened. Not necessarily, because that's what they were probably trying to do is catch the first down, right? Like I said, all these things are marginal calls, and one way or the other changes the total outcome easy, right? I mean, but I will tell you this, and this is kind of fun.
I didn't like it.
Clearly.
Didn't like it.
Clearly.
So
you got a little upset. You're sitting in your hot tub. You're now throwing cigars at the TV. Yeah. You got chicken wing bones everywhere. No. I mean, you've got bones piled up.
The hot tub was earlier in the day, and then the wings were after. So didn't want to, I don't know how you can eat wings in a hot tub, but that's it's not something I really want to do.
You ever watch Deuce Bigelow?
That's not.
If you haven't, watch it. This guy eats everything in a hot tub. It's awesome. It's like one of the best scenes ever. Okay. I mean, it's you just watch the movie. It always reminds, every time someone's in a hot tub, I think of this guy, and it cracks me up. That's all. So you should watch Deuce Bigelow, and then watch what he eats in a hot tub, and don't get any ideas, but it can be done.
Okay.
He ate ice cream in a hot tub, just to put it that way.
Not cool, but anyway, we're talking about Super Bowl. We're talking about it was in Arizona. It was Phoenix, right? And so I don't know if you saw. I just read an article this morning about Airbnb, which, by the way, we
hot business.
I'm going to do another plug here, but Bob and I have a property management company, GK Property Management, And if you are interested in renting property or investing, we're the guys. Anyway,
we're the guys.
Got that out of the way.
And, got it out of there.
So, L.A., right?
Yeah.
When the Super Bowl was in L.A. the year before.
Sure.
Property was being rented at crazy amounts during the Super Bowl. So they were doing Airbnb or whatever the other VRBO.
Yeah.
And people were paying just huge amounts for these properties. So people in Phoenix started to buy up all this property, paying way over market value, thinking they're going to make a ton of money over Super Bowl weekend. And guess what?
Dump. They didn't get anything.
Did not work. Wow. Did not work. They went to hotels.
The hotels.
The hotels did better. And they had a bunch of places that didn't rent out or had to rent at a huge reduction in rate.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So that sucks, right? Especially when you're trying to your whole business plan is for that one weekend.
Yeah.
For lack of better effort, right?
So that's what you buy it for, right?
Because people are going to be there for like a week before, a week after.
It's like if the Super Bowl came down to Detroit and you bought a bunch of property in downtown Detroit for that one weekend and people chose hotels.
Right.
What are you going to do?
Right. No, what are you going to do? But, it's like I said, you read about these things. They're great investments, right? They can make you great money, but
there's always risk.
There's a but, right?
Always risk.
There's a but. That's it. As soon as you use the word but, you got to know it can also be the complete opposite. You can totally flop. You can totally bust. It's a risk.
Yeah. So just thinking about other areas that would rent very well in the United States. What areas do you think?
I would say anything by Disney's, obviously, clearly. Yeah. Any theme park or roller coaster park, I would think has to be.
For sure.
Although when you go by like Cedar Point and stuff, I mean, it doesn't really feel that way when you're rolling into it. Like everything around it doesn't feel like it's went.
It seems more like factory and.
Yeah, it still feels very rural. I mean, that's for sure. But it just doesn't, like even the stuff that's there.
Callahan Auto. Sandusky, Ohio.
Oh, that's right. That's where it's from, right?
That's it. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's right.
Yeah. No, but that's is it a destination?
Now. Tommy Boy's going right through my head like a freight train. Thanks. No, but you would, like I said, like usually I would think anything around attraction, but from what I've gathered through like reading and just looking things over, Tennessee seems to be like the hot for that industry, for that particular segment of renting, right? It seems like really hot right down in the middle there.
So my family rented a place in Tennessee.
Oh, that's right. You guys did that.
So 4 or 5 years ago, my whole
there you go.
extended family, and we went down there, and they had it was a house up in the mountain, and it had indoor pool, and you had
it didn't fit like sleep like 20 people or some crazy thing.
Like
it's huge.
Six master bedrooms. They all had their individual bathrooms and huge eating area, and it was great. We had a great time.
Yeah,
but for me, the thing that scared me, have you ever driven up those mountains?
I'm from Italy, man. I've driven in some tight spots. I'm not saying I'm happy about it. It's a little nerve wracking. It's not normal. It's not normal. It doesn't feel normal.
I'm not used to it. I'm just not used to it. You can see people there. They're used to it. And they just fly up and down.
Yeah, sure.
But when
you're on the brake like an old lady.
Yeah, I'm driving and I'm looking over, the edge, and there's no
rail.
Oh. And it's a dirt road.
Yeah.
And it's steep. And I'm freaking out.
Dude,
I'm white knuckling the whole way, up the hill. It's just not my thing. I don't know if I'll ever go back and stay there because of that.
Wow, it scared you off that much.
Scared me. And the thing was, during the day it was rough, but at night, forget it. You can't see. There's no lights.
Yeah.
And if a car is coming down while you're going up, I mean, it's tight. It's tight. You got to go to, there's a certain spot, in the road where you can fit 2 cars. Otherwise, it's like 1.5.
Yeah.
And it's, you fall, you're done.
Yeah.
That's it. So.
Yeah, you wouldn't make it. You wouldn't do well in Europe, bro, at all.
No, probably not.
Say that right off the bat.
Probably not.
Like, we drive down roads that cars hit buildings still. and cars are still screaming down that. And there's no, if there's two cars, one of you have to back up. Like, so depending on where on the road you bump into each other.
Yeah.
Whoever's closest to the
are these rules
you just know that.
Understood?
Yeah, you know 'em.
Okay.
Right? So if you're too far up the road, right, and I come up the road, I see where I'm at, and I'm like, oh, well, my backup is right there, so I'm going to reverse it, throw it, and let this guy through, and then I'm going to squeak by.
Okay.
But
the cars are smaller.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't matter because you could drive two mopeds through there, and you might brush each other. Like, it's that tight. Some of them roads are tight. So I don't like them. I don't like them. I don't like driving in them, right? I mean,
the roads. You like mopeds. I know you
love mopeds.
I know you like
anything on two wheels, you know I'm in. Four wheels, I mean, anything with a steering wheel I can drive.
Yeah, okay.
But I do like to be on two wheels when I'm in Europe. It's way easier to navigate because the roads are so small. And I think that's why even over there, people tend to use mopeds, motorcycles, bicycles, even more than a car. It has nothing to do with affordability. It's just you can't put them anywhere.
Yeah.
There's nowhere for them to go. Like even when you're done and you get home, it's not like you pull it into a garage.
Well, the streets are what?
Yeah, you're parking in the street.
Hundreds of years old, right? I mean,
thousands,
yeah.
right? So you're parking in the street, and then you're not even parking in front of your house. You're parking, a mile down the road to walk. It's really foolish, but everyone knows why you need a car because you got to get to work. Nobody works in the town. They all work, 4 towns over, so they need a car to go to work.
Yeah. But
there's nowhere for cars to really functionally work. Anyway, we're getting off topic, but... Anyway, so the rental was in Tennessee. Were you in Tennessee?
We're in Tennessee.
So Tennessee. Yeah. That's why I said. My research shows Tennessee shows
Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
Yeah.
They were beautiful, and they keep building these houses, and they're strictly for rentals. So, I think Cabins for You was the place, but I think it was bought by another company.
But that's where you rented it from.
Yeah, and they had a bunch. Depending on what you want, how many people you had.
Sure.
Some with arcades, some with movie theaters, indoor pools, outdoor pools.
Sorry, I just hit your camera.
I'm sure my camera. I know my camera is situated at Bob's desk right now. So if I'm bumping,
if you're
up and
bouncing,
down,
it's because I can't sit still to save my life. I'm trying. I'm getting better.
Again, this is our permanent setup, but we're still working out the kinks here.
Yeah.
But so it was a cool place, and I would recommend it, and I would probably go back. But I wouldn't want to stay at the top of the mountain. Although the view.
See what I mean?
Amazing.
What's what I'm saying? It's a catch-22.
Yeah.
You want to be at the bottom of the mountain and look at, nothing?
Do
you want to take the risk
but
and then have the view? Just don't drive at night. You just know you can't drive at night. So get your stuff during the day. Get your going and coming done.
So we didn't go out for dinner. We went out for lunch is what we did.
Right?
Smart. So you adapt.
Exactly. Right? That's using your head.
Yeah.
I don't like driving at night. Let's go down for lunch. Get the stuff for dinner,
and then have dinner at and
head back up to the mountain. Right.
So it was cool.
Right.
It was cool.
It's efficiency. Well, listen, places like, so you asked where, so I would think places like Tennessee, but more so, and this is just because I'm a huge fan of watching Yellowstone. I know I've asked you, right?
Yeah.
But the overall theme of the show is everybody wants what this one guy has.
Land.
Well, sure. But everybody wants it. It doesn't matter. Even if you're rich or you're poor, you want it. Right? So the thought of this industry, right? These VRBOs or whatever.
Yeah.
Would be to go places where people want to go to more or less relax.
Yeah.
So I would think maybe Montana, Colorado, Dakotas, where like people can just go there and just relax.
Somewhere scenic, somewhere.
Yeah, they're not going there to go hustling, but like, how many times, I mean, I know where you like to vacation. We can talk about that at another time, but you are in a place that's hustle, bustle, go, go, go.
Yes.
I like to do things like that as well. I don't want to go sit in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, as a family, because with the kids, they need constant, something to do,
right?
And so we like to go to play. Obviously, we like to go to Disney World.
Sure,
it's our number one. But because there's constantly something to do,
right?
We're on the move, and we get to sit down and have dinners together. But there's also action. So,
but that's my point. You want something to do.
Yes.
So your vacation spot ends up reflecting, well, I don't want to just go and sit. So you're not going to Montana.
No.
Right?
No.
Because you're going, no, I'm not going there. But see, for me.
Although I'd like to see it.
Sure. But I'm saying that's where that, those.
You like Montana? You would like to go to Montana?
Well, I would say if I was going to go rent and use that establishment.
You'd like to do the whole cowboy thing, right? You like to ride rancher?
I would be way into that.
Ride the horses.
First of all, foremost, just full disclosure. That's like one on the bucket list, right? Like I would love to move cattle on a horse through any terrain, through any weather condition.
So city slickers.
The whole
you would like to do that whole thing where you move the herd from.
Sure.
Okay. All right.
Sure. Yeah.
See,
I wouldn't even. Matter of fact, I'd be more excited to get there than I could even probably express.
Yeah. See, that sounds like a nightmare to me.
Yeah, you would be like not going. I'd have to drag you there.
Yeah.
If it was a guy's trip and I was taking you, you'd be finding every possible excuse in the book. You'd have so much work to do that week. You'd be like, bro,
camping?
I can't leave.
We're talking staying outside?
Yeah. Camping, fire, wagons.
No. I like the fires. I like the bonfires, but then I like to go sleep in an indoor room. Just
well, these tents are nice, man. They're dolled up. I mean, they're pretty comfy.
I'm sure they're nice. I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it.
You just wouldn't do it, would you?
No.
It's
just it's.
Listen, man. Partners for friends forever. Partners for 20 years, and I've gotten you up north once. Once.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I get it, man. It's not your thing. I get it. But that's my point. If you're going to use that business model, going to a place like Disney, even though I think there's probably a lot of them down there where people rent houses and stuff to go to the park, you're not using the house.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And even if it's cheaper, and some people will say, oh, well, I just rented this house down the street. It's so much cheaper than staying on site, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think you just lost the whole experience. Staying on site is the whole part of the...
It's the whole point of going down there.
It's the whole point of going down there. We got shuttles taking you here and there, and there's boats and this and restaurants and all. I mean, it's its own city, right?
You're in it.
And you're trying to sleep outside the city and then commute in to get all the experience, but you're really not. I mean... Everybody does what they have to do financially, right? We all, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you got to go spend your fortune to go, but the reason that it's designed that way is to try to embark on the entire experience.
Yes. It definitely favors the on-site guests.
Sure.
Right.
Absolutely. 100%.
So you pay a little bit more, but if you're going to Disney, you're paying a little bit more anyway, right?
Exactly.
But
it's like when I go to an all-inclusive resort, right?
Where did you just went to the Bahamas, right?
Yeah, we went to Sandals.
Sandals is great.
Yeah, it's fantastic, right? But when you go to those places, right, they're all-inclusive. Your mindset is what? I'm going there to relax.
Yes, not worry about anything.
Not going there to go get on a boat and go see things. And if you want to, that's okay.
There's an option.
I'm not dissing. I'm not dogging. I'm just saying.
Yes,
there's a market for it. Like I wouldn't want to rent a house outside of Sandals to go use the Sandals facility every day.
There's
that's
the
what I
perfect
meant.
Analogy.
That's the analogy, right?
Yeah. So no, you're not gonna go rent a place and then get through the gates and then park your car and then go sit down and no. You want to walk from the room to the pool to the restaurants.
Back. Right.
That's it.
And that's
all you want to do.
Yeah. And for me, the all inclusive is just, and I don't drink that much. So it's not for the all day boozing, right?
Yes.
It has nothing to do with that. But the all day eating, I like to eat.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't have any problems sitting at a restaurant for 2 hours and eating good food. Like that doesn't sound like a waste of time for me.
No.
That sounds like a vacation, right? Because typically we have to eat. We got 20 minutes, then we got to go. So to sit down, have a nice meal, dragged over 3-4 hours, that's nice.
That is nice.
So
what was your favorite meal when you went to Sandals?
Oh wow, that's a good question.
So many things, so many choices.
There really was a lot there that I got to say we ate everything. I know that. That's a really good question, Mike. I don't know. I don't even think I have one. I think what I will tell you is this: I didn't have a bad meal.
Okay. All right. That's good. So my favorite was I had a coffee rubbed ribeye.
Whoa.
which was amazing.
So steak,
yeah, my thing. I like the steak there, and but the ribeye was the one that stuck out as the best.
Okay, so there was something. If I'm going to say stick out, there was they had this little area that made crepes.
Yes.
Crepes, whatever, however you want to say it. The French
Crepe.
the French delicacy.
I got you. I know what you're saying. I know what you're talking
French
about.
pancake. Yep. But they had these station. It had a little outdoor eatery, but then it had this coffee bar / crepes bar.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, I walk past this thing every day, 300 times a day. Mm-hmm. I don't think I went by there once where I wasn't like, yeah, why don't we just whip up a crepe? You know,
of course, 'cause it's all inclusive, right?
Just whip one up.
Yeah, just see what we got here. Let's try them all.
And so then I'd go in and I'd be like, hey, how about this? Can we do it like a half Nutella, half this? Just blend it.
So now you're going off menu.
Well, I've had 100 crepes.
You just
they offer 3,
and you're going by getting them what, 2 at a time?
I just order all 3.
Yeah, okay.
One of each.
Just trip crepes.
Yeah.
Is that what
Let's make it easy.
Yep.
I'm going to take one back to the wife. I'm going to eat one in transit and then one when I sit down. So we need 3.
Yes.
Okay. So they offered 3 selection. We got 3.
Yes.
But then there would be times where you'd walk up and the girls got to know me, obviously, because I was always there. So they'd start creating something for somebody that didn't want it. And be like, hey, we got this one here that has this and that. You want it? I'm like, yeah.
The crepe guy's back.
The crepe guy. Oh, yeah. I even got one the day I was leaving. Before we got on the shuttle to go to the airport, I walked over and I'm like, hey, one more crepe for the road.
One for the road. Trips. Make it a trip.
Make it a trip. We're going to go for the trip.
So did you go in the ocean?
Love the ocean, man.
Love the ocean?
Love the ocean.
Did you ever go on any of those excursions?
Yes? Marcel, we have a real problem here. It is not a problem. It is a circle of life.
I do scuba.
You do scuba?
I love the scuba. I love the snorkel. I love the water. And I would not be freaking out like Vaughn here.
What was that?
He said not to panic.
Don't panic.
Don't panic. No, I do. I love the ocean, man. I actually, I will tell you, I probably prefer it to the pool, even though I know.
You prefer the ocean to the pool?
Yeah. Even though I know you're going to say.
You know what I'm going to say.
Well, I know you're about the pool.
Yes, of course.
And I am too, because I like the cleanliness of the pool.
Yeah.
So that I agree with. There's an entirely different swimming experience when you're swimming in the ocean.
Yeah, I understand that.
That's all I'm going to say. It's the only way I can explain it.
I go in the ocean one time when I'm down there. So I'll go in the ocean just to say I was in the ocean, you know, because you're on an island. You got to say, and it's warm.
Okay,
it's
now are you freaking out when you're in the ocean?
I don't like to be in the ocean. No.
Yeah. So I guess this is what's fun about, you know, asking questions, but I'm going to ask you. Okay. I got to ask. Okay. This is a dying question.
Okay.
So what about going into, because I know a lot of people that don't like to be in the ocean or water in general, and then they all have their, apologize for that.
Oh yeah.
They all have their whatever reason.
Somebody just came and knocked on the window while we're recording.
Someone's banging. This is the problem with new digs, man. No one knows what the protocol is. So everyone's banging on windows but anyway, I know plenty of people that are close to me and stuff that just don't like it for whatever reason, right?
Yes.
I love the ocean. I grew up on it. I swim it. I love it. I'm not afraid of the depth.
You know everything there is to know about the ocean.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I do. You know I do. But regardless of the knowing, it's even the depth thing, like out in the middle of nowhere, just people jump out into the water. Like, oh, God, yeah. Like, that is so cool. Like, but there's a lot of people that don't like that. Like, they freak out. Like, if you know how to swim, it shouldn't matter how deep it is.
I know how to swim.
And if you're going to sink, it doesn't matter how deep it is. You're just going to go down.
What's the difference?
There's no difference.
10 feet and 50 feet, right?
Bingo.
At that point. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I think in my head.
If you're not able to propel yourself back up, you're
dead either way. Yeah. So it doesn't matter if it's 1 foot of water or 10,000 fathoms. I mean, it is what it is.
Here's what I don't like about the ocean.
I'm dying to hear. This is what I asked you. So what is it that freaks you out? Because you're going in only once.
Yes.
And I'm pretty certain you're an in and out kind of guy. You don't seem like you like hang out in the ocean.
Mm-hmm. No. So I like to be in, I like the controlled environment of the pool. I'm there. I'm standing.
You like to swim a bar.
Relaxed.
That's what you like.
The drinks are right there. I don't have to,
Yeah.
I'm not, the drink comes and you have to, swim 50 miles to get into,
what?
Get in on the beach.
I said swim in the ocean. I didn't say take off.
Get back out there. No, that's not. And you're full of salt, or sand. It's just, not my thing. And then there's fish that'll swim, they sneak up on you. All of a sudden, like, what?
It's an ocean. So you're not. So then you're not a lake guy.
Not alone. Oh,
so like jumping off into a lake somewhere is not your thing.
Well, the lake is worse than the ocean to me.
Oh yeah.
So I like the ocean, especially when like in Jamaica, Bahamas, where you can see
clean.
Yeah, you can see. You can look down and see the bottom.
Yeah. But there's always a lot of fish there, man.
And then you can see what's down there, though. That's a problem, right? You can see all the fish, and
So you're not a swim with the stingrays and let's go running with the dolphins and stuff.
No.
I had a great experience. One time I was, we were on a cruise and I took an excursion. Okay, and I went on a jet ski. The kids were little.
Okay.
My wife took them to the beach. She knew I was getting antsy. She said, "Hey, why don't you go jet ski?"
Okay.
Mike.
By yourself?
By myself.
Okay.
But it's not the by myself part that was great. It was the guys I rode with were like, "Do you know how to jet ski?" Question I asked him. You know what I asked him? I'm like, "Do you?" He's like, "Oh, yeah, let's do this." And so, jet skis are finicky. You have to know how to throttle to get them going, and you have to know how to do these things. You have to have been on them to know, and I have.
It's like your moped on water.
That's what it is. It's a moped on water, right? And I'm the king of mopeds.
You love your moped.
So, yeah. So we're jamming. I mean, we've got these things wide. We are flying, and we're going to catch up to a group that took off before us.
Okay.
So I was like a standalone. This guy's like,
so we had trying to close some distance.
Yeah. Well, I'm beating him. We're going. I'm going around him. He's waving me off. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like throttling back. And then there's people that in this group ahead of us that took off, like, let's say 2 minutes before us.
Sure. Gotcha.
They're in the middle of the ocean. Their, machines are broke down.
Uh-oh.
They've, fell off. So these guys are circling them like sharks, trying to get them back on the machines. Here come me and this one guy just ripping the water, just whoa,
spraying them.
So we throttle off and go, and this guy comes up to me right next to me. He's like, you and me, we're going to go on the backside. He goes, it gets really rough. He goes, you cool with that? He goes, we're going to get some air. And
I'm sorry. So you just went past this group that was on their broken down jet
I told this guy I don't have no time for this.
I can't.
I got a 2-hour window with this bike. We're running full throttle 2 hours.
By 6.
Yeah,
but I'm going to help you out. Okay.
Wide open, 2 hours. I told him, we're going to be no pausing. I don't want to look at dolphins. I don't want to do any of that.
No humanitarian
just
mission there. Okay.
Go.
Okay, gotcha.
And this guy goes, all right, well, listen. So we went out to where was a small island so that they could, tool around inside this bay or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not interested. He's like, the back side of that is really rough because that's open water. So I guess so you don't know, but that means there's nothing behind it except for sea until you get to the next set of land. Okay. So if you got to go around the backside of this thing, it's going to get choppy. And he goes, so you might not be okay with it. If you're not, we'll just come back in. I'm like, just go. Man, we were hitting stuff. We were jumping 10, 15 feet in the air. Just, wow. Oh, man, wide open. Oh, it was a blast. We came in and we were racing.
You stayed on it?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Never dumped it. We came in on a race. He's like, let's see who wins. He goes, right when we get to the bow of the ship, we have to let go of the throttles and you have to coast in. So the race is to the bow of the ship. And we could see the ship. Like, it's way out there. And it's just, dude, I couldn't get it to go any faster. If I could reach in and pull the line a little bit to get an extra jump, I would have. But I couldn't.
Gotcha.
So I had that thing wide open. We're going. I don't think I won the race, but it was close.
Okay.
I give the guy credit. He was flying. But he was also about the third the size of me. So, I mean, I'm a big guy. So
Okay, so that's what you're gonna.
But that right there is what you want to do.
Yeah,
like that's the way to go.
Jet ski would be fun. Jet ski would be fun.
Right.
The actual just swimming to swim. Scuba, definitely not.
So you're not going
under. No.
Okay.
No,
so you're not
for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is not your digs.
Fish don't come on land. I don't need to go down there.
Oh boy. Listen, man, don't be so hating on fish. I mean, they're not going to hurt you.
I'm not hating.
It's a fish. I mean, have you even seen a fish before?
I'm not so concerned about the fish.
What do you think? Jaws is going to come get you?
Yeah, you never know.
I mean, come on.
I've seen all 4 or 5.
You've seen all
6.
movies?
I know what happens. But anyway.
All right. Well, I think we should wrap up anyway.
You better lock it up.
Yeah, you lock it up.
Lock it up. Let's
lock it up.
Let's tighten this up a little bit, and let's send off now. But finally in our new digs. Mm-hmm. You guys listen in. More to come. We'll have a video here. We're going to walk you through it. And thanks for listening in today, man.
Have a great day.